Hey guys, welcome to RhinoMan Slots. Love the music. It's time to get it going. On a serious note, this is RhinoMan Slots. This is Nightcap. I'm your host, Tom, aka RhinoMan. I hope it's not buffering right now. I was getting ready to do a shout out for Spectrum Cable because they came out and they were supposed to hook my shit up. Looks like they did, but I see it like wavering. If you're in the chat right now and you see it flopping around a little bit, let me know. But first, as we do, let's get started. Tonight's guest is a transplant from Minnesota to Vegas. So we're going to find out all about her in a minute. But first, as I do, I got 3 questions for you. Look, guys, I can't believe it. I enjoy doing this so much fun. And the past couple of days, I've been a little bit sick. I've been a little bit under the weather. So I had to go with my doctor's recommendations. He said no coronas, no coronas. So hey, I went to Modelo. So we'll be enjoying this show with Modelo. Okay, as I do, guys, 3 questions for you. These 3 questions are basically just questions to make you think a little bit. Question number 1. What would you have to do, no matter where you live right now, what would you have to do to pick up and move to Vegas? What would need to happen? I want to know. Wherever you live, let me know in the chat where you live and what would have to happen for you to move to Vegas. Question number 2. How do you discover slot channels? When you're looking online, how do you try and discover new slot channels? I want to know that. Basically, let me know. If you don't do it in the chat right now, please leave a comment on the video afterwards. I want to know how you discover new slot channels. And question 3, what one thing would you like to know about a slot channel? One thing that you don't know now about how a slot channel works or how a slot channel operates. Just want to know. You see the banner going across the bottom? It says today's channel supporter, Yamava Resort and Casino. You see them at the top of the chat. They come in at every one of my shows and they subscribe to the channel that I'm interviewing. Hey, it may not be for me, but they are subscribed to me and they're subscribing to the channels that I'm interviewing. So, hey, that's a channel supporter to me. Let's do some shout outs. I see the Gambler After Dark. Hey, buddy. Love it. Love it. I had a question on your Facebook page today. I want to know, has anybody ever won on one of those second chance? After you scratch the ticket, it's a loser. You scan it. Does anybody ever win? You would be the person to give me that answer. Trendy Trolling Slots. She's going to be on the channel tomorrow. Can't wait for it. There's my girl right there. Slot Sister. What's up, girl? Cindy A. I appreciate you coming in. It's a Slot Machine Simon. Thank you for coming in, Simon. Really appreciate it. Let's see who else we got here. I know I'm missing a ton of comments here at the bottom. Gamblers Unknown is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. Oklahoma Casino Review. He needs to win a lottery ticket to go to Vegas. Hey, it could happen. Slotnista, she's going to be on an upcoming show. Can't wait for that one. I would need to graduate college first and then search through live stream chats to find new channels. That's what she does to find new channels. She searches through live stream chats. Hey, that's a good way to do it. That's how I started finding some new channels. Vegas Girl Slots, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. New channel, I haven't seen you here before. I really appreciate you coming in. Slotnista again, Trendy Troller. Linda Slot Life. Hey, I love the change in the name. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Slot Sister, what one thing would you like to know about a slot channel? Thank you for posting that. That's question number 3. That is exactly what I want to know. Rockin' Rocco. Next year, we're thinking of moving to Vegas. Hey, bro, I think that would be a good one for you. That would be a good move for you. Little Dutchie, thank you for coming in. I think I saw you up there. Yeah, thank you for coming in. The Slot Drop, thank you for coming in, bro. Really appreciate it. Got to reach out to you. You'll be on an upcoming show. We have some fabulous guests coming up. I see Brazen in the house. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. Cindy A again. Wow, there's a lot of people in here today. I got 15 beautiful people in the house. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. It's like, you know, getting the patient trophy. Everybody gets one. Everybody's beautiful to me. So without any further ado, I'm going to get her in here and have her introduce herself.
Hey.
Let's see if we could get her on here. Whoa, did I get her in here? No, I didn't. I didn't have her. There you go.
Here I am.
How you doing? I got a question for you. While you were watching backstage, was it fluttering or fidgeting
Just a
around?
little bit. It
Okay.
circled around for a little bit, but it's been fine now.
Hey, if this doesn't work, because I reached out to Spectrum and
Uh-huh.
Spectrum sent a tech over here. He went through all of my equipment. While he was here, we did a test. We did a test on StreamYard and we did a test with my equipment. I'm at one gig on my speed, upload, download. I'm at like 500 megabytes. So
Yeah.
I'm good with the speed and with the connection. What we did find out is it might be StreamYard, and what it
Hmm.
takes for StreamYard. So I might be changing platforms from StreamYard to another one if this doesn't resolve itself, because I can't go through this much more, and I'm sorry to
Yeah.
put you guys through it. Anyway, introduce yourself, Goldie.
All right. So I'm Goldie Slots, also known as Shauna.
Okay.
As far as myself, I am a mom of four. I have a 20-year-old, 13-year-old, 2 and 3-year-old. So, and
Okay.
then I have a husband as well. So, really busy household here.
So you have five
Um,
kids.
huh?
So you have
Yes,
five
pretty
kids.
much. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much who I am. I am also a family nurse practitioner. I've been in that role for about 6 years now. I do a lot of work with veterans as well as urgent care medicine.
Okay.
So that's pretty much me.
That's fantastic. So let me ask you question number one. What happened to make you move from Minnesota to Las Vegas?
Well, the number one thing is the weather. Minnesota is super, super cold. The wintertime is so, it's so cold and a lot of anxiety with driving on icy roads. And so I was commuting back and forth about 45 minutes to and from work. So I just got tired of it. I had a friend who I went to nursing school with, and she's been living in Vegas for about 12 years or so. And she's been asking me for the last couple of years to move out here. So finally I convinced my husband we need to move because he is born and raised in Minnesota. And so he was kind of like, I don't know about it, but finally convinced him. And we're here almost a
Okay.
year now.
Almost a year now. So you've been there through some weather. I mean, you're coming from Minnesota, which
Yep.
hey, I don't blame you. I have gamblers unknown in the house. He's always showing me pictures of
Yeah.
19, 20 inches of snow. Hey,
Yep.
Becky, hey, thank you for coming in. So he's always showing me these pictures of snow and ice and
Yep.
what he has to deal with on a daily basis. I'm telling you, I would be a bear and just hibernate the whole time
Pretty
because
much, go to work and come right home. It's
I wouldn't even
crazy.
go to work. At that point, I'm staying home. James Coupler's in the house. But on a serious note, snow's
Yeah.
good to visit, but hey,
Hmm.
I'm not living in no snow.
Yeah. And most of my family has moved away from Minnesota now. So I'm just like, you know what? It's time. It's time. All of my husband's family is there still, but I'm like, they can come visit us. Who doesn't come to Vegas? So, they can visit us sometime.
Okay, I have some more questions regarding that coming up down the line. I see Preston Thomas. Thank you for coming in, Preston. Really appreciate it. So making that move, that was a big jump. Now you're going from snow to 117-degree weather. How does that work out?
I enjoy it. I don't mind it. We got the air conditioning, central air conditioning. I make it
Okay.
work because it's better than being in that cold weather where it's just like you're freezing. No matter if you have a garage or not, you're still going to be cold at some point.
Hey, I get it. For me, sleeping, I could deal with the code because I love to bundle
Hmm.
up. But in these hot, I'm out here in the desert, so
Yeah.
on these hot nights, man, I hate sleeping in the heat. It's just a
Yeah.
little bit too much for me. Um,
Yeah. We pretty much have our air running all the time because my husband is a hot box. He always is hot. So our
okay.
air is always on. So
So when you were in Minnesota, did you ever go to any casinos in Minnesota?
I did, but not as frequently. Probably once a year, maybe once or twice a year. I went to Mystic Lake Casino is one of the bigger casinos out there. There's several, but Mystic Lake was the one that I like to go to.
Okay. Mystic Lake. Did you have any luck out there?
Not really, because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. You know, I was just going and throwing money into machines. I think the most I won out there was $300. But the
Okay.
biggest, or what I mostly did was go to their cosmic, or what is it, cosmic bingo nights.
Okay.
Every weekend or most weekends I went out there, and that was fun.
I want to ask you about the Cosmic Bingo. Chris and
Uh-huh.
Lou Slots. Hey, thank you for coming in. I haven't talked to you for a while. I'm going to reach out to you guys on text and chat with you for a bit. It's just because I haven't talked to you in a while, and I just want to say what's up. Um, anyway, so bingo. Bingo's
Yep.
huge. Bingo's
Yeah.
huge, especially like in Minnesota and some of the other places.
Yeah.
Did you play bingo on a regular basis, or was that something that was just a
Just
frequent?
every once in a while on the weekends. You know, I never won.
Okay,
And then now that I'm here in Vegas, I don't even play bingo. I haven't played bingo since moving here.
okay. So
Yeah.
the San Manuel or Yamava now, they used to be nothing but bingo, and
Oh,
I
wow.
remember, back in the '90s even, um, my ex's grandmother would come over and stay with us. We lived in Mission Hills at the time, and she would get these bus. They bus people from like the Valley or Los Angeles
Hmm.
out to Yamava and
Yeah.
play bingo. So she was always telling me, "Hey, you got to come with me. You got to come with me. We got to play bingo." And finally, I went with her one time, and I shit you not, there was like 5,000 people in this huge bingo hall playing bingo.
Wow.
Buses and buses of people that they
Yep.
bring out, and it's just like a concert, pretty much the way they have it
Hmm.
set up. They have the pool tabs. They have, maybe I'm
Yep.
exaggerating,
Exactly.
5,000 people, but must have been like at least 1,000 people, and they were playing bingo. And literally, she won. She won the four corners towards the end. I think it was the four corners with the one in the middle, and it was like
Hmm.
5 grand. I was like,
Wow.
wow, so they have some pretty big bingo spaces. I don't think Yamava does bingo anymore. They don't do
Hmm.
bingo. They don't have their poker room, but now it's basically slots and table games.
Okay. Wow.
So anyway, I was wondering if you ever had any luck in bingo.
No, not yet.
Okay, so when did you start gambling?
More recently, well, last summer, after I moved here with the casinos being, so close by, I would just go every now and then, maybe once a week, twice a week, and just see, what was happening there. And then once I started winning, I started going more frequently. So,
Okay,
but
okay.
I wasn't a gambler prior to, starting my channel. Just meeting new people in the casino, kind of got me thinking, let me start something.
So there you go, guys. Not a gambler, move to Vegas, become a gambler. So I mean, it goes with the territory, right? So
Hmm.
does your husband gamble?
No, my husband's more of a gamer. He's such a laid back type person. He doesn't like to gamble. He doesn't care about slots or bingo. Well, he does want to go play bingo, but other than that, he's just a pretty chill, laid back guy, and doesn't really want to get into gambling like I do.
So gamer, what games does he like to play?
Like the Xbox and the PS4, 5, or whatever. I don't get into it.
Hey,
So if I'm
Chumba Queen,
watching you guys online, he's playing his game, and the kids are,
but is
we're
it more
multitasking.
is it more sports, or is it like like the third person shooter games, or something like that?
Kind of both. Like I said,
Okay.
I don't really pay attention to him. He just has all his little collection, and I don't really pay attention to it as much. I'm listening to you guys, your lives and stuff, while he's doing his thing with the with his game. So a lot of times it is basketball. He loves basketball, and then
Okay.
those shooter games. And
Okay.
what is the other one? GT? Is it GT4?
Grand Theft Auto 4?
Yes, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yep.
Hey, Chumba Queen's in the house. Um, Okay, so has he just
Yes,
has he
Gamblers
thought about?
Unknown asked the question,
Did I
and
miss
it's
it?
yes.
Okay, let me get this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to skip around.
No, no, no. Perfect. You caught it. I didn't. Sometimes I miss these chats. So Gamblers Unknown wants to know if I could get it back up here. Is Mystic Lake where is it at here? Is
Outside of
Mystic Lake
Minneapolis.
you're right outside of Minneapolis?
Yep, that is correct. It is. It's one of the larger casinos out there, and like you mentioned, they bus people in and out of town from the city out to there because it's kind of off in a further out suburb. So a lot of
It
people don't want to drive that far, and I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't go as often either. It's a little further.
is that like an Indian reservation
It
casino?
is. Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Very cool. So has I think I asked the question, has your husband thought about starting a channel, a gaming channel based on him playing?
No, not really. No, he just isn't into that kind of stuff at all. You know, he's just like, I'm gonna be me, a father, a husband, you know, and that's it. You know, he
Okay.
doesn't want to venture out a little more. A lot of times I have to push him out a little more. So,
Hey,
but
there's nothing wrong with that. T-Town Gamblers in the house. She says, hello, Goldie. Hi,
hey,
Rhino
T
Man.
Town.
Thank
Hey,
you for coming
everybody.
in.
Thank you, Slot Sister.
So, um, the question I have for you now that you're in Vegas, I know
Hmm.
myself, when I plan vacations, even though I'm like 2 hours away, I plan for Vegas or
Yeah.
I plan for a place with a casino. Now that you're in Vegas, do you have plans to vacation anywhere else? Where are your vacation plans now?
Right now we were waiting for COVID to settle down because I was doing a lot of work for some COVID assignments. So now that things are kind of settling down, where our next big trip will be San Diego.
Okay. They
So
have casinos down there.
right, that's what I heard. So that's our next trip, and you know, my husband's like, "Well, I'm sure you can find a casino anywhere we go." I'm like, "Yep, you know, I'm looking for one." So
Hey, I see Sister Yoshi in the house. Thank you for coming in, girl. She is actually the channel manager here, so
yeah,
I appreciate her. She helps me out so much. Thank you, Sister Yoshi.
okay.
So you plan to go to San Diego? I'll be down in
Hmm.
San Diego all next week. I'll be staying at Harrah's
Oh,
Casino and Resort. Um, I'll be down there from Sunday to Thursday. I'll be doing part of the event that you're in. We'll talk about that
oh
um,
yeah.
in a little while. That's Gamblers Unknown,
Hmm.
but that'll be fun. So whenever you plan to go down to San Diego, you gotta let me know. Let the Yoshis know because they're down
Oh,
there. They'll meet you.
definitely.
There's a ton of channels. Slot Sister, she's only a hop, skip, and a jump away, so she'll
Oh,
definitely
cool.
be down there.
Yeah,
Slot Sister,
hopefully in
the channel
June,
manager. What?
July-ish.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
know I got a channel manager, girl.
Yeah, she's the one who reached out to me for this interview. So I was surprised. I was like, oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, she's helping me out. She knows what my schedule's like. Kino Kid is
Yeah.
in the house. Evening, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Sorry I was
Hello.
in the shower. You're always in that 3 long hour shower. Uh, Thank
That's a
you for
long
that.
shower.
Um, okay, so before we get into your channel and everything else, I'm going to show a little video clip. Let's hope
Okay.
it goes well. I could give Spectrum a shout out if nothing happens here, but we're
Okay.
going to go ahead and try this and see what happens. So let's get this on the screen um, and do this. Don't start that.
Well, is this the one I posted just today?
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah.
That's a $10,000 major that you hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be talking about this with you because to me, you're playing. I hear the football game going on in the background.
Yes, it
But
was so.
you're
It was
putting
in high limit room, which was surprising. They usually don't have stuff that loud. So I'm
high
still
limit
working at trying to put music over my stuff. So
high limit room. That's okay. Um, I see the high limit room. I see that you hit this $10,000 major,
hmm
and you're like, oh, that's nice, and you're pressing the button. I would be doing dancing all around the machine, saying, "Yes, in your face. I got that." I
yeah,
would be going crazy. I don't know how you're so composed after hitting not only a major, but a maxed out major on a high limit machine.
yeah. Well, let me tell you a little bit of background. So I went into the high limit room and saw that it was maxed out. So I played a couple hundred in there, and then it wasn't doing anything. So I left. I seen a guy go over, and he went to the ATM, and then he went to the machine and was playing it, and then he finally left. So I went back. I said, let me give it another run. And about $100, $200 in, it dropped. So that was exciting. I
Hey,
usually
English
don't get
lot.
too excited. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I usually don't get too excited because I don't want to draw too much attention to myself. So if I'm winning big amounts like this, I don't want people to follow me around or back to my car because I usually gamble by myself. So I just
Okay.
want to be safe because at Green Valley Ranch is where I was playing this one at. There's a lot of people that kind of congregate around you and they kind of watch. Same thing at Cosmo too. So I just try to be cautious.
Okay. Um, Lucky Obsessions in the house. She said I'd be kicked out for screaming, which is
Yeah.
pretty much what I would be too. I would
Yeah.
probably be kicked out for screaming as well. So that by itself is amazing. But
Thank you.
I would be jumping up and down, screaming my head off. And then if I was you in your position, I would have the security walk me to my car to make sure I got in. Um,
Yeah, because I did take cash that time. Yep.
hey, there's nothing wrong with cash. I accept cash all the time, every
Yep.
time. So but that wasn't it with this video. That was just one. And we're going to get into some of your biggest wins and everything like that. But I want to
Okay.
ask you this. What do you consider your channel? Because I know, there's a lot out there about, what is high limit, what is low limit, what is, average betters, this and that. What do you consider your channel?
I'm kind of in the middle. I like to do the mid to higher bets. It just depends on, what I'm bringing to the casino. And, if I'm winning and I'm up quite a bit, then I'll do more high limit bets. I think the
Okay.
most I've bet is $50. Actually, no, 100. I won another major and it was around 6 grand. And so I started betting $100, just getting crazy with it. So that's the most I've ever bet.
Okay, I did see that earlier when I was looking in your channel. The other one that you hit for 6K. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this video and just see what else, because this is like a little compilation that you put together.
Correct. Prior to our event next week.
Oklahoma's casino slot review says mine is like food stamp channel. Hey,
Oh, no.
bro, I hear you. I hear you. And if they can accept, well, I'm giving myself away. They used to have like a coupon book for food stamps that I would be putting that in the machine, trying to put that in there.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
was pretty awesome,
Thank
without
you.
a doubt.
Yeah, that one was, yeah, I can't remember what time frame. That might have been more towards the fall time last year. This one was more one of my
I think this
recent
was in
ones.
November.
Yep. That was another. Yep. This was at Cosmo.
This was at Cosmo. That's a major, but you're on another high limit machine.
I am. Yep. The ones against the wall.
I'm gonna stop that and pull that back. I don't know why that's buffering. I hope you guys aren't buffering. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Let's see if I can play it. Still, at this point, you are so quiet.
Yeah, I know. You know,
You
I
are
was
so
down to my last $200 that I was going to play for the night, and I hit it after $100 in, and it just dropped down.
wow.
I was like, oh, yeah, I think it was a $10 bet
Okay.
on 10 cent.
So I'm gonna just turn this down just a tad, um, so that everybody could hear. Chris and Dave's crazy gambling adventures. Thank you for coming in. Kissy Cat, thank you for coming in.
Yes. Hi,
Bam,
everybody.
bam, 6,000. So this
Yep.
was at Cosmo. Now we were with you. I'm gonna take this off the screen now, so that we could get us back up. So we were with you at Cosmo. You met us at Cosmo about a month
Mm-hmm.
ago. Um, could you imagine hitting that jackpot, any one of those three jackpots, with all of us around? It would not
Oh,
have been as
absolutely.
quiet as
Now
you.
then I would be screaming because then I have my protection around me. I don't have to worry about people. I have people to walk me to my car. But yeah, I mean, it's more exciting when you have people around you. I think one of my lives I did, my very first live, I had Brazen and everybody, the Vegas sisters, Ramsey Slots, all of them were around me. And so I was a little louder on that video, but I didn't get any huge wins.
Okay, Lily Slots wants to know who's going to be on the show on Saturday. By the way, what were
Okay.
you betting when you hit the 10K major? Curiosity hit one also at 5 cents, 250 bet. So what were you
Yep.
betting at that time?
That one was 10 cent denom. It was the lowest one. So 10 cent denom and $5 bets. That's usually
Okay,
where I win my majors and my grands on that bet.
okay. So now let's talk about your wins, because right there, just in that little video that you put together, you see a 3,000, a 6,000, a 10,000.
Yeah.
What's your biggest win?
My biggest win actually was two wins. They both were grands, and they both were right around 11K.
Okay,
So
11K.
one
What machine was that?
one was Dancing Drums Prosperity, and that win I wasn't recording at that time. I didn't even have a slot channel at that time, but I recorded the win. So I was down to my last $40, and I was doing $1.88 bets to see what would happen, and I got the double bonus on Prosperity or Dancing Drums Prosperity, and
Uh,
it hit around, I think it was around 11K or so at the end.
what? Okay, so I have a question about that, but first I have to say hi to Lucky Obsession, Scratchers and Slots and Scratchers. Randy the Slot Wizard. My doctor said I couldn't have Corona today, so I'm on the Modelo. Sorry. Um, the grand one of the picking bonuses where you had to pick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And I normally think those are like predetermined or whatnot.
Yeah. And they
Um,
probably are, but I was so shocked. I didn't even know it had that type of bonus. That was the first one where I got it, where it came up twice. And so when I picked it, it just started shooting out all these coins and got me really excited. And then people started running over, like, "What are you doing?" And some guy was trying to advise me on my taxes because that was my first big win ever. And he was trying
okay,
to tell me what to do for taxes and stuff. And I have my taxes taken out of my big wins just so I
okay.
don't have to deal with it later. So
Well, hold on real quick. Lolo Slots, Gambling Granny, thank you for coming in. Really
hey, everybody.
appreciate you. I saw a couple of other people that joined real quick. SoCal today, Florida tomorrow. Thank you for coming in. Yoshi Slots, thank you for being here, bro. Really appreciate it. So you picked not only once, but you did it twice and you hit the grand.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, guys, this is incredible because this has all been, pretty much within the past year.
Yep. Yep. Less than a year.
Yeah.
That second gram was Peacock Princess. And
Okay.
that was $1 denom, $5 bets. And that's when I had a crowd of people run up to me. I think, I don't even know if I said it in the video, but I was like, oh my God, it hit. You know how we always look to see if it's flashing in there? And it was flashing. So my eyes got big and I was like close to the screen trying to see. And again, I didn't have a channel at that time, but I was recording the ending of it.
Okay.
And people were wanting to take selfies with me at the end of it. So it was fun. And I
That
actually gave out money at the end of that one because I was so excited and people were cheering me on. So
that
definitely was fun.
that is you feel like a rock star when that happens. However, I would never know what that feels like because I haven't hit that grand yet.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming. I know it is.
Yes.
When you say it flashes, I think there's 6 videos on my channel
Hmm.
where I have 14 balls and that one is flashing.
Oh God.
So I've had it flash through 3 spins and not drop several
Really?
times. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. See,
So,
that was the only time I had it flashing where it actually dropped in. And that's why I was so shocked because I don't know, I don't even remember how long I was on that machine. It had to be about an hour or so. Just doing random bets, going up, going down, and just, trying to see what worked.
so Linda Slots Life says someone hit the Grand Dragon Link next to me twice in a row, but not me.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
that happens to me too. Hey, Chris and Dave, I hope I get it soon. I'm going to be
Yep.
trying for it this coming week. But, so with all that being said, you have 5 treasures, you have big wins on Dragon Link, you have big
Hmm.
wins on Firelink slots. What's your
Yeah.
favorite slot to play?
I usually go to Autumn Moon, the Dragon Link Autumn Moon. I
Okay,
really like that one. I just like how it opens up. You get the moons, and then all the little the moons or whatever those things are open up. So I
okay,
really like that just to see a surprise. And I like Golden Century too. So
okay. So what I'm gonna ask you this. We still haven't even gotten to your channel yet, so
oh,
we're having fun here. So when you talk about your favorite channel, your favorite slot machines, and this and opening up, where where's your biggest wins from? Is it Cosmo? Is it Green Valley? Is it
it's Green Valley because Green Valley is where I won both grands. And
okay?
that's off the strip in Henderson, Nevada. So it's about 15 minutes or so from the strip.
Okay. So
It's a
now
beautiful hotel.
here's something else. Um, let's see. Linda says, "Have you watched anyone before you start your channel?" That's a good question, Linda. I was going to get to that, but let me have you ask it. Linda Slots Life wants to know: have you watched any channels before you started your channel?
I did. Well, initially, before when I went on my big wins and my grands, I wasn't watching anybody because I didn't know there was a slot community out there. Actually, somebody who was sitting next to me at the casino had told me about Brian Christopher. And I said, well, who is Brian Christopher? So she pulled him up on her phone and was showing me. And I said, okay, I'm going to start watching him later on, when I get home and see what it's about. So once I started watching him and I see other slot channels start to pop up, once you watch a video, and
Yeah.
then I also recognized him because he was at Green Valley Ranch playing Willy Wonka with Britt right in front of me. And I had no idea who he was. I thought it was just somebody local who was recording something for
Wait,
something. I don't know.
can I stop you there?
Yeah.
Because you said something that triggered something for me. You thought he was somebody's uncle, meaning was
No,
Brittany too
not an
young?
uncle.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't know who he was. I
Yeah.
just seen them recording and he they had somebody come and they were interviewing somebody and I don't know if it was a fan or what, but I was still playing Willy Wonka right behind them, kind of peeking over trying to see what they were doing. But I didn't know who he was at the time until this lady mentioned it a couple weeks later.
Hey, Simi Scratch and Ernie, thank you for dropping in. Really appreciate it. So I have a question for you about your channel and about gambling now. You have a
Hmm.
lot of different things that you hit that most people would consider be bucket list, a high limit major. That is on top of my bucket list.
Yeah.
A grand. You've hit 3 of them, or you've hit
Two
two on
grands.
different machines on Dragon Link and on 5 Treasures.
Yep.
What does your bucket list look like now? Do you
You know,
have
I didn't really, I'm still learning about, different games and what's out there. I do want to hit another grand. It would be nice to hit a high limit grand. That's probably
one?
the top of my bucket list is a high limit grand, just or grand trying to just, randomly get one.
Hey,
So,
speaking of
um,
speaking of randomly get one at Harrah's SoCal, which I'll be at next week. Harrah's SoCal sponsor me. No, um, Harrah's SoCal, which I'll be at next week. Now I hit a random major there,
oh,
which
nice.
it just comes out of nowhere and it says you win the major,
Yeah.
just on a regular machine. But I have watched two people hit random grands there,
Oh,
different times.
really?
Yes, a random grand. One guy was
Wow.
playing dollar denom, $15 bet, and he hit a random grand out of nowhere, just
On Dragon Link?
on Dragon League. I
Oh my
think that,
goodness, I
that
didn't know it was random. I've
yeah,
gotten the random major on Peacock Princess,
okay,
and didn't even know about that. It just made a weird sound or like a little music sound, and then it just popped up on my screen, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what is this?"
yeah.
So,
So and you can hit the random grand. So hey,
wow,
that's on my bucket list. So high limit grand is on your bucket list,
yes.
and what else?
Um, I don't know. I'm just trying to. I mean, I think it's right now. Once since I've won some of the bigger ones, I just want to. It's always like I want to win more. I want to
Of
hit
course.
more than 11K. And I'm happy with that. So, I
Okay.
think the biggest is the high limit grand would be nice, or even a major that's over 10K if there is any. So,
Exactly. Love Struck Gambling, thank you for coming in. The Gambler After Dark is back. Chris and Lou, Spanglish Slots, really appreciate it. Um, so the Random Grand, that's a good one. Now let's get
mhm.
into your channel.
Okay.
Why did you start a slot channel? Obviously, you moved to Vegas, but you didn't move to Vegas with the intention of starting a channel. You didn't even start gambling until you really got to Vegas. So
Correct.
why did you start a channel?
Well, I was gambling, and as I was winning, I was gambling more and just kind of filming just the wins. And so I was once I talked to that lady about Brian Christopher, or she introduced me to who he was. Then I was like, okay, I'm watching videos, and I seen quite a few slot channels, and it opened me up to see people were actually doing this, on a regular basis. So that's when I my daughter helped me figure out a name, which you guys will see in my older videos. I used to be Lady Gold Royale, and it was way too long. So after about a month or two, I changed it to Goldie
Okay,
Slots.
so I'm going to bring up 2 points right there. I did see that you were Lady Gold Royale in
Yes.
there, and the Gambler After Dark's in here. And when I had him on my interview, that's one of the key points that he told everybody that was watching. If you come
Hmm.
up with a channel name, please keep it as simple as
Yes.
possible. No asterisks, no funny symbols,
Yes.
no any of that. Just
It's hard to get back to people that way, especially typing it out. I'm usually on my phone when I'm watching lives and I'm trying to say hi to everybody. If you have a longer name or you have symbols and stuff, I just do a quick version of it. So
yeah.
my apologies, but I try to get to everybody.
Exactly. So you went from that name to Goldie Slots. Where'd you come up with Goldie Slots?
Just because I like gold, gold jewelry, gold everything pretty much.
Gold,
So
gold
it just
bars.
kind of stuck. And it was something easy.
Okay. Hey, I love it. Melly Love Slots is in the house. Thank you for coming in, Melly.
Hey
Really
Melly.
appreciate it. So now that we found out you love gold bars, anybody in the chat, if you want to send her something, gold is what she likes. So go over to her channel, send her something over there, gold. Um, I love the name.
Thank
So you
you.
started a channel. What was your first step? Because I know what mine was, and what was
Yeah.
your first hurdle?
First hurdle was the thumbnails. Oh my goodness. Just trying to figure out, what people were doing as far as, what do I put in my description? How do I make this video an intro? Well, first I had an intro and my daughter created the intro. So she was my help from the
Okay,
very beginning. And then once I took a class I actually took a class with Gamble with Peach. She
Okay.
has a huge following
Yes, it does.
on all platforms, and
Peach
she offered a
Urban
class for
Hire.
$75. I took the class mainly because I wanted to know how to do thumbnails. I'm still working at it, but it really opened me up to different apps to use that are
Okay.
free, and that you can kind of change it up so it fits the format for YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Um, that's a question that I have on an upcoming show, but I'm going
Hmm.
to ask it to you now. Where do you turn to for information that you don't know?
I usually Google it, or I'll do a search in YouTube. Like if I
Okay.
want to play a certain game, sometimes I do prep for going to the casino. It's kind of crazy because if I'm gonna take $1,000, $2,000, I really want to win something. So what I do is I start watching those videos for like Dragon Links and see what people are betting when they win big. And I just kind of do a little bit of research on YouTube or Google to figure out where it's at, or where can I find the specific video or new
Exactly.
games to play.
Exactly. Simon says
Yeah.
it does take a lot of time to perfect thumbnails. Of course it does. And
Yep.
let me see here. Linda says YouTube for everything. And
Yeah.
since I've become a YouTuber, I turn to YouTuber to find out information more about anything that I want to learn how to do, because
That
it's out
too.
there.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there, and it'll teach
It
you.
is.
Just like you're a channel. If you want to search for something and find out an answer on how to do it,
Yeah.
you'll find 20 different ways how to do it on YouTube. At least 20. Um,
Yeah. And the biggest thing right now, my biggest challenge is the copyrights. I had a couple on my lives, and I had no idea that that music was playing just even slightly in the background. So I had to figure out. I Googled, or I went to YouTube to figure out how to fix my copyright. Then I figured out on my computer I can actually click on the copyright, and then it gives me options. I didn't know that before, so I had Googled how to go in and edit it out.
that's a good
So
point. Hey guys, on if you want to find out how to get around copyright, click on the link below. I have a special seminar that I'm
okay.
charging $79.99 for. I'll teach you how to get around copyright. Don't worry about it. Just click on that link below. Guys, it's only a joke. Uh, don't worry about it. So that is one of the biggest issues that are facing a lot
Yeah.
of YouTubers, especially in casinos that have loud music. If
Hmm.
there was a magic thing to get rid of the copyright thing, I think we would all be following it. But there are tips you could do. You could use microphones on your lapel versus your
Yeah.
cell phone.
Okay.
That way, you would still capture the sound from the machine and not from the surrounding area.
Outside. Okay.
Microphone's one. Earpods are another. You could set it to go around, but sometimes you have to lower the volume on the earpods, or else you're going to get staticky sound. I've
Mm.
experienced that. Carter Price, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate you coming in, bro. Really appreciate it. Um, Gamblers
Gamblers
Unknown,
unknown.
Rhino Man. Gamblers Unknown says right after RhinoMan seminar, I'm selling slot tips
Plot
for
tips.
50% off. 50% off, 19.99.
He's
Hey,
so
there you
funny.
go. But the lapel microphones, earbuds,
Hmm. Yeah.
um, those are a lot of ways to sort of lower the music sound in the background.
Yeah.
And we're battling those same things with bigger channels because they come up with the same issues. However, a lot of the huge channels could just
Hmm.
have the casino turn down music in a certain area,
Yeah.
which is if you go to Yamava and
Hmm.
if you're up by Rock and Brews, that music's going to be playing a lot louder than it is
Mm.
downstairs on the other side where the other Dollar Storms or Dragon Links are.
Okay.
So
That's good
just
to
a
know.
tip. Just a tip. When you go to the casino, walk through. I always do this at every casino, especially if it's new to me. I'll
Hmm.
walk through the casino first and then play machines. I won't go to the first machine because I
Sure.
don't know what the sound is. And Spanglish Slots always uses those tiny mics. Hey,
Yes.
if you
Yes.
guys
I am
don't
gonna get
know,
one. for our event next week. Get my tripod and my microphone.
I don't know if you can see that, but that's a microphone setup that I have to
Oh,
interview
okay.
guests. They're wireless mics that I hook my phone up to. The Bluetooth
Nice.
work very well.
Okay. That's
And
a great option.
Oklahoma Casino Review. He says mine turned down for the last Major Chasers event. Hey,
Wow.
High Risk Casino will do anything for him,
That's
but
nice.
um, you know, Oklahoma Casino Review slots, you really don't have to worry about, copyright because you have those red screens that are just blaring those winds in the background. It drowns out everything else. So
Yeah.
I think you're good on that. Okay, so your hurdles are the
Just
background
putting
crop.
it all together, putting everything together for the video to put it out there. Sometimes I'm more lazy about it. I'm just like, here it is.
Okay.
Sometimes you won't get an intro, and some of them do pretty good. So, I
Well,
just kind of wing it.
you kind of wing it. But if you've taken Peach's course, then you do know that you have to prepare your content and everything else for going out. I
Yes.
know I know she rolls that way. Um,
Yeah.
so that was one of my next questions for you is
Hmm.
um, do you schedule your content out ahead of time? Meaning that you're not working at the last minute to get content out and just say, "Oh, I got to watch this show. I'm just going to put this one out. I'm kind of lazy."
Sometimes I try to edit it that same night. If it's not
Okay,
too late, I try to edit it the same night and then just kind of leave it. And then other times, everything's in my phone. So, I just kind of, if I have a slow day at work, I just start editing from my phone. I never really use my computer for anything unless it's a copyright on it now with the live stream. So then I go on my
okay.
computer to fix everything.
Well,
But yeah.
most of it you could do from your phone,
Uh huh.
um, but what I'm talking about is spending a day on Sunday or spending a few hours on Sunday and scheduling out that whole
Oh,
week or a couple of weeks worth of posts ahead of time.
no, I'm a spontaneous person. I'm not used to schedules like that for my videos. I just kind of put them out there. I don't usually schedule them. The only thing I schedule right now is the events that I'm involved in. So other
Okay.
than that, I don't schedule my videos to come out.
Thank you, Melly Love Slots. She has just dropped all of my links, my mailing
Nice.
address, my TikTok account, everything. Melly, I love you.
She
Melly
is
Love Slots,
wonderful.
thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Um, so when you talk about your channel starting out, of course, you still have a lot to learn.
Hmm.
But in this year, you have surpassed so many other slot channels in the things that you have won
Right.
during your slot channel. Do
Yeah.
you do you budget for? Have you thought about budgeting for your channel versus budgeting for just regular slot play?
Not really. I just go based off of what I have in my account
Okay,
and what I'm going to split out. I pay the bills first, of course, and then after that, I make a decision on how much do I want to spend over the next week or 2 weeks or whatever,
okay,
and plan it that way.
okay.
So it could be a couple hundred, it could be 1,000. And it just depends.
Hey, I like that, but it's like when I do these interviews, I get some tips from you. I get some tips from all the viewers.
Hmm.
I think one of my viewers, Jaywalking Las Vegas, is in the house.
Hey,
Um,
jaywalking,
so I
the
get
hot
tips.
hands.
I got tips from
Hmm.
Slot Exotic. He
Okay.
started his channel, and he started it. He said $5,000 is what I'm starting my channel with.
Hmm.
So he started working with that $5,000 to produce content for his channel. And
Oh, okay.
he started that like 10 months prior. It's lasted him because he went with the wins and downs. And he
Yeah.
would tell himself, if I win this, I'm putting it back in to here. or
Yeah.
you could do something else where you could take half of what you win and put half away and put half back into your channel, however you want to do it. But I actually thought that was a fantastic idea to have a starting point with what you're putting into your channel and then
Yeah.
working it down from there. So, once you get down to zero, then you got to replenish that to keep your
Right.
channel going.
And that
Um,
is a great idea. I mean, I wish I had known that beforehand. But I usually just, in my head, I'm just like, okay, this is what I'm going to spend this time. Like this coming weekend, I know what I'm going to spend, and that's it.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, I usually don't plan it. I can't. I'm not that much of a planner when it comes to gambling. I wish
Okay.
I was more. I don't know if you watched the video with Slot Savvy PK with her interview, but I won a $6,000 grand and or not grand major, and I put
Uh,
most of it back into the machine.
oh
So
no.
I could have saved that, but then I ended up winning it all over again a little bit more. So
We're
I'm
we're
lucky that
gamblers.
night.
We're gamblers.
Yep.
You put it back into that machine. But you did win. You probably won comps from Cosmo. Probably
Yeah.
took you up a couple tier levels. Um, but you
It
did
did,
win
but
that.
my comps aren't probably as good as you guys. I usually get, I think the most they've given me after that time was $500 to come back in free play, come back within a week's time.
Okay.
So other than that, it's not, I'm platinum there, so I get the free rooms a couple times a year, and then free credit once I'm staying there.
So
So that's
that
about
was
it.
one of my other questions. You're in Vegas. You get
Hmm.
free rooms. Do you take advantage of those free rooms in Vegas when you get those?
Not necessarily. I mean, I since I got the little ones at home, I usually don't. I like to come home because they're looking for mom to be home.
Yeah.
My husband's looking for me to be home too, and then he works the weekend, so I really don't have a point in time where I can do it. But my
Okay.
son is coming next month, so we will. I booked a room at Cosmo for him and some
Nice.
friends. Yeah.
Nice. Tip the person at the registration $20 to upgrade that room for
Oh
you.
yeah. Yep. I've heard about that.
Yep, that's the $20 trick.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you,
so
Melly.
what's the hardest part for you when running your channel right now?
The hardest part, just finding the right time to kind of schedule it. I want to be more scheduled, but then again, I'm just spontaneous. My schedule changes at work, so then I have to figure out when can I actually go and have the time to go play. And my husband works nights, so I have to play in between a certain time because we don't
Oh,
know many people out here, and I'm not really trustworthy of people keeping my kids, so I like to
I
be
don't
home
blame
with
you.
them or my husband. So um I just, I think that's the biggest challenge for me is figuring out a time to be more consistent. That's what it is. Be more
Okay.
consistent with posting.
Okay. So when you say the times that you won the grand, the major, high limit major, the major on that, what time during the day were you playing? Has it always been
So,
around the same time? Because you did tell me in the pre-interview that we had that you go to the
yep,
casino a lot when your husband's napping with the kids. So
yep.
is it
That
like
was
noon
before.
time?
That was before I got more full time work. I was when I first moved to Vegas. I was working part time, so we were able to afford for me to work part time at that point. So I was going a little bit
Okay.
more frequently. And again, he is a napper. He loves napping with the kids. So they
Okay.
nap for a couple hours. So that's when I was going out. So that first grand on Prosperity, that was during the afternoon.
Okay.
The second grand was in the evening, so it had to be around 9, 10 o'clock at night when I hit the
Okay.
second grand.
Goldie Spengler Slot says Goldie's a baller.
I wish. Nope, I'm hard working. Spanglish. I usually keep 2 to 3 jobs at a time,
Hey.
so that helps to afford my gambling habit too. Not right now though, so just
So
one job.
here's a good question from Randy the Slot Wizard. Did you ever make a mistake on your bet um, when you hit the spin button? Basically, um, because when you switch, I switch my bets around a lot of times,
Yeah.
and a lot of times when I go from a dollar to penny. I always bet max on pennies.
Yeah.
But at this one particular time, I went from a penny to dollar, and I bet max, and it's like a $50 spend or whatever. Um,
Yeah, it's never happened to me. It's the opposite. My
okay.
casino host came to me one day, and for some reason, I usually stop and I turn and talk to him. But this particular day, I kept slapping that button, and it was actually $50 a spin. And he kept asking me. I was really focused, turned to him, but my hand kept hitting the button because he
Uh-huh.
was asking me, "What do you want? What do you want from us? What can we do for you?" Because I was spending a lot of money there last year, and I
Okay.
just couldn't figure out what I would, what I would want. And he was giving me options, and I kept hitting $50. And when he left, I looked, I'm like, why don't I have hardly any money left? So it's the total opposite for me.
You should have told him $1 million.
Well, I did ask him to up my free play. I said, I play here frequently and I spend a lot of money here. And I think they upped it maybe 60, $70 or so. So not a whole lot.
Hey, yeah, but you know,
It's worth asking for.
it's worth it. Hey, you can never go wrong, especially
Hmm.
with asking the casino for anything. You're going there
Exactly.
to play. You could ask them for room upgrades. You could ask them for whatever you want to ask them for.
Hmm.
The worst thing they could say is no.
Exactly. Yep.
You
And
know.
that's why I said you keep asking me every time I come in here. He finds me on the casino floor and he asks me what I need, what I want. So we've had dinner, and you know, I think I had posted a video about I think it was Thanksgiving time. We were still newer here, not knowing what to do for that time. And they comped me a Thanksgiving dinner. So that was really nice too.
That's awesome. Let me see. What else do I have here? Okay, so here's this. You watch a lot of slot videos, probably more now than you ever have since you're a YouTuber now
Yes.
and you do your own videos. What is one thing that you watch on another slot channel you want to learn how to do?
I wanna venture into table games, but I'm a little nervous because I have no idea what table games are, what it entails. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know how to play blackjack or roulette or anything like that, but I really want to learn more. It's
Okay.
just, you know, that's something I would like to learn more about.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you one more question, then we're going to get into a series of fast questions. Actually, it's not really a question. What is your next event that you're attending?
So the next event I'm attending will be next week. Actually, I got
Okay.
my shirt in the mail, so thank you.
Let's see
Gamblers
the shirt.
Unknown.
Go ahead and show them the shirt. Wow.
Oh, let me get it in the camera. So the
Hey,
Major
wait.
Chasers event.
Wait a minute.
Gamblers Unknown, thank you so much because I reached out to him after seeing his post on Instagram. And I'm
Wait.
like, I want to get into this event. And he was like, oh, we don't have any spots left. Half hour later, he's like, oh, we got an opening. So I'm really appreciative of that. So that'll be next week on Wednesday, May 4th. At my slot is at 8 p.m.
Can
Pacific
we
time.
see that shirt again? Because I didn't get mine yet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get mine yet. I was looking for mine in the mail. I didn't see it.
I just got mine actually yesterday,
Hold on.
and I
Let me
got
check
pink.
some. Let me check something out here.
It took about a week to get, so not too bad.
Okay, Michael. I want my shirt. I'm attending the May 4th event. May the 4th be with me. Yes, I'll be at that event, and I expect my shirt. However, I think I'm going to earn it. Major 4th be with me. I'm going to get that
Yes,
major.
there you
Anyway,
go.
guys, I'll have more details about that event coming out soon. We know I'm joining it, so
Good. Good to
we'll
know.
be
Now,
around.
what I'm struggling with is what game to play. I won a ton of majors, but now I'm just stuck. Like, which one should I play? I kind of want to do a high limit major or
Okay.
shoot for a high limit major and see what happens, but I don't know which one I want to do.
Hey, you'll pick what I'm pretty sure that you'll probably get one of them. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Let me
Okay.
know which ones you like, or which ones you choose? Aristocrat or scientific games?
Aristocrat.
Okay. Konami or Ainsworth?
Konami.
Okay. Huff and Puff or piggy banking?
Piggy banking. Yeah.
Okay. Golden Century or Autumn Moon? I think we know the answer to
Yep.
this.
Autumn Moon.
Okay. Dragon Link or Dollar Storm?
Dragon Link. I win more on there.
Okay. Genghis Khan or Peace and Long Life?
Ugh. Those games, though, I love the multipliers on there, but those are some tough games. I'd say Genghis Khan.
Okay. Genghis Khan, that's good. Three Wheels, Three Real Games or Keno?
Oh, three reels. I
Okay.
don't know a lot about Keno, and I'm trying to figure that out still.
Poker or blackjack?
Probably blackjack.
Okay. And then the last questions. I think I know the answer to dogs or cats.
Dogs. I'm not a
Okay.
cat at all. I love
Okay.
dogs. Yeah. We don't have any pets here. I'm waiting until the kids get a little bit older. So no pets at
Well,
home.
once they get older, they're going to be asking for that. Mountains or beaches?
Beaches.
Okay.
I love the sand, the beach, the water, the warmth, all of that.
Right behind me.
Yep,
Uh,
exactly.
Walking or biking?
I'm more of a walker.
Okay. Basketball or baseball?
Basketball, definitely.
Okay. Football or soccer?
Um, Neither one really.
Okay.
I'm not really a
California,
fan of either one of those.
California or New York?
California, all the way.
Okay. And last question, Bugs Bunny or Donald Duck?
I like Donald Duck. He's a good
Okay.
character.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Goldie, thank you so much for spending this hour with us. I really appreciate you coming in. I'll look forward. Salat Mates just joined us. Thank you for coming in.
Yay, hey, solo mates. Yeah,
I
thank
look
you for
for,
having me. I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me.
hey, anytime you want to come on the show, it's an open forum. Let me
Thank you.
know. I'll be happy to have you. I know you're growing pretty quickly here. Look forward to being in the event with you on May 4th,
Yes.
which is Wednesday. Hold on
Yep,
one
that's
second.
exciting. And we have another event at the end of the month with Slot Savvy PK and Vegas Slots Channel and the Great American Gambler have put together the Great American Slot Slam. So that'll be happening on May 29th and May 30th.
Yes.
So,
Hey guys, I have one thing that was just brought to my attention, and we need some help. We need some help for this channel.
okay.
They're going to be in an event with us, or they're going to be in an event towards the end of May. It's a veterans event. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Michael, Gamblers Unknown, um, is part of that event, and it's going to be a major chasers event, of course. He puts on the best events, but
Yes.
bucket list slots, they need to get
Mm-hmm.
50 subscribers so that they could go live for this event.
Okay.
Please go over to their channel, subscribe, just get them to that level where they could go
Yeah.
ahead and do this live event. Veterans Day, I believe they are veterans, or
Okay.
one of the channel members is a veteran.
Yeah.
And Sister Yoshi, thank you. You are like right on top of it.
There
So
it is.
really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for dropping their link. Hey, hit that link, guys. Help them out. I'd like to see them in that event. We have the May 4th event that's coming off. Let me tell you what we have coming up, guys. Goldie Slots, you are fantastic for being on the show.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's show, we have Trendy Trolling Slots. She's going to be
Yay.
giving away some lotto tickets, but you're going to have to answer some questions about her channel. We'll give those answers in the interview. We'll do it towards the interview, so you'll have to stick around to see who wins, but you'll need to answer a question about her channel. Friday, we have SoCal Slots in the house. They're going to be a fantastic show. Can't wait for that. You're going to love that channel as well. Saturday, I don't normally do Saturday shows because I'm normally at the casino, but this Saturday I will be doing a show. Lily Slots will be in the house. She was in here earlier.
Nice.
Can't wait for that one. That's going to be another fun one. And hey, it just keeps getting better, guys.
Awesome.
Monday, I have a Monday mid-afternoon session here, and that's going to be with Slotaholic. If you guys want to find out about a channel that really puts together challenges and things to keep people engaged, you're going to have to tune in to Slotaholic's interview. It's going to be fantastic. And then all month of May, we have excellent guests coming up. You're going to learn a lot from. Stay tuned for that. But as always, guys, until next time, let the good times roll.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.